Well, here we are at the Ego BCAF. This is one of the new 5G variants, and what we're here to discuss in particular is how do we know if it's drying out. At this very site, we had a drying out episode with last year with a 3G planter, and flower lives were lost, flower plants died, and the reason behind that, we had rotor failure. So the adopter didn't tell me who their backup was, and I don't think she told who the backup, that they were the backup. So that kind of didn't work out, and it all dried out. So it's got very important to know that the BCAFs are about to dry out, because you can save them as long as they haven't reached the point of no return. So what I do currently is this really medieval method, which is a bit like a dipstick. So I've got a wick of a shorter length, and that dips down into the water, and if that's wet, I know it's okay. I know all the other wicks can get to the water, but trouble with that is I have to be here every day to check it's working. So what we've moved on to is a high-tech solution. Thank you to Paul Graham, thank you to Jonathan Graham. If we move around the back here, we've got this metal box with an aerial sticking out, and that is our LoRaWAN aerial, and that's connected to this canary bottle. So this is the bottle which tells me if the BCAF is about to dry out. We've got a sensor here, a moisture sensor that goes right down to there, and it's in there, and I know this one's wet, so the moisture goes up there to the sensor, to the aerial, and then it goes on to the app. And we're about to go and meet some people who've been using the app, which should tell them it's about time that the BCAF got watered.
Well, here we are at the Deben Seal and the Ego Bee Cafe, and it's the first time I think that we've actually filmed up here, and we've got sun. That's brilliant. So, just to introduce you to Sophie and Justine, who are new Bee Cafe volunteers, and they are the ones that have been trying out the new app for the watering. So, girls, how are you finding it?
Well, I mean, yes, I've had a look and seen how it works and had a bit of a walk through, and so far so good. Still getting to grips with it a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, it's been useful to know. It's been useful to know, like, sort of the water levels. So I did send up my son the other evening with a watering can. I was like, oh, that looks a little bit low.
Right.
But it's really helpful to have that daily email to go, so you could it reminds you to kind of click on it, and then you can just check out the different levels. So that's been really good.
And you found registering with the app and everything really easy?
Yeah, it was pretty simple. You just kind of put in your details, and then you could see all the different bee cafes, and I was able to upload a picture so we could see which one was which. So yeah, it was really, really user friendly, because you can just sort of add things and you can kind of make comments on it. So it's good.
Right, yeah. So you can comment straight directly to Paul via the app.
Yeah.
I've only signed on to it this morning, so I'm not really au fait with it, how it works.
There's a little box that says, it just says something like, tell us what you think, I think. Yeah.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay.
So
yes.
you can put, I haven't put anything in there yet, so. But it's there, the option is there.
So we'll have to give that a try, won't we? And Sophie, are you doing most of the watering? Are you deadheading? Or are you both doing everything? How's it all working?
Well, I haven't done any watering yet, but every time I walk past, which is every day, I do a bit of beeheading.
Brilliant.
And always check on, just generally on how things are looking, and until the app, which again I only signed up in the last few days, have been reporting in on WhatsApp,
Brilliant.
sort of saying how things are at the cafe. But I'm always walking past, so it always gets a look and a little tend whenever I walk past.
Oh, that's lovely. I think we're kind of at the troubleshooting sort of phase at the moment. Have you found any problems with it, or is it? Oh,
Only dropping mic. No, I think it's been I think it's been fine so far. It was just kind of that you could put in your details, and that was great. And Sophie and I sort of share it between us. So we both sort of keep an eye as we're going past. We were sort of equidistant, living either side of it. So, but app-wise, no, I think so far so good.
brilliant. That's really good. We've got Jonathan here. He's on the gadget. Have you got any questions directly for Jonathan
About the app.
about the app? Yes, because he's our extra techno man.
I feel like probably I need a bit more time to use it before the questions come through. So far, so good. The sign up's okay. Appreciating the data.
Brilliant.
But yeah, I think it's one of those things that will evolve for me.
Yeah, I think because this is the first time I've come to the cafe since I've signed up to the app, I think it would be like helpful to know. So it was really useful to know where the water sensor was, but like to understand how the other sensors work, and I'm not sure what level it kind of gives you an alert for, because I know that Ego is on orange at the moment. So what the different alert kind of things mean. So I don't know if that's your realm, Jonathan.
We've put in some bands. So the top is blue where you've overwatered it. It goes down to green, which is perfect. It goes down to next down to orange, which is I'm starting to dry out, and then red is critical where it needs water.
Yeah.
So those bands can change, and they'd be different for each of the bee cafes. No one's going to be the same. So you can find your natural bands.
Okay.
And then the alerts go out straight away as soon as it crosses over a red line, and then daily after that.
Yeah.
So you don't get too pestered.
And what about the other sensors on there? I can't remember what they are now, but there's two different other readings, aren't there, on the app?
Yeah, so it's taking the temperature, so you can monitor the temperature, and it's taking the conductivity. The conductivity is very important for growing. So that's more of the science of understanding how to design the bee cafes better, because the better design, that conductivity will stay higher. And
yeah,
so
that makes
that's
sense.
more. But the volunteers, the collaborators, like you really just care about the headline number. Really, that's going to be the key. It's like so it's got AI built in. I should be able to tell you soon in a more of an English way, a natural way, of what's it up to. There's a chat box where you can actually chat to your bee cafe and ask it questions.
Okay.
That's just set to get more intelligent. It's very dumb at the moment. It just says hello, but it will talk to the sensor, and it will talk to the history, and we'll be able to tell you more about it. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff to put in. It's going to take a while, but it's essentially all the elements of what it needs are there at the moment.
Yeah,
that's great. Brilliant. Thank you for that, Jonathan.
Well, thank you, Joe, and thank you, Jonathan, for the app, and thank you, Justine and Sophie, our new adopters, for trying out the app. It's all looking really good, and if it all works out, I should never have to look at my medieval method again. All I need to look at is my phone. I can do that from my sofa, not have to come here, and then we'll take the guesswork out of having to come and fill it full of water. So that's great, and it's really important for me, because my next plan is to be able to scale up, and the app will enable me to do that. So thank you, everyone.